Ready to go green here from Michigan for 80 laps of racing. Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, your front row. Stages 20, 20, 40. A field run between 21 to 25 or so laps here as we are underway from Michigan. We have come into this weekend with a big development, of course, as well. Noah Gragson suspended by NASCAR. We do not take injuries into account in this series, but we do take suspensions, which is why Cody Ware has been absent from the 51 since he, of course, has been suspended. So Gragson will no longer be a part of the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs in this series, and that puts Denny Hamlin back in J. A big development that has really benefited Joe Gibbs Racing here in this scenario.
Yeah, instead of one driver, they got two drivers in the playoffs now. Gary and Truex, 12 points out of it as well. So it's still a big fight between teammates with Bell in by 26, Hamlin in by 12, Truex out by 12. So still a whole big deal there between Joe Gibbs Racing. All four of those drivers trying to find a way into the playoffs. Of course, Ty Gibbs would be into the playoffs, Gary, if he won at this point. Not really a possibility to point his way in, but if he gets a win, he's obviously that way.
And we, of course, have seen Ty Gibbs over the course of his rookie season get better and better, so I would not rule out a Ty Gibbs victory as well. He has shown that he's actually very solid on the road courses, and we have two of those coming up. But we are here in Michigan now. Real life, maybe not a huge curveball race. An NR2003 race is completely different. This is almost a super speedway type race. So, Jay, there is a very real possibility that we could see a surprise winner today as we see Larson leaning on the door of the 9, 4 wide as well in the background.
Perhaps a little bit of contact between Larson and Chase Elliott. 4 wide back here, still 4 wide down the entire front straightaway. Suarez keeping it close to 3 wide there, and on the inside, that was Kozlowski, I believe, who just backed out of it on the inside and gave that up down to 3 wide. Now, Bowman on the very outside of that, Gary, and making that outside lane work, has good momentum. Suarez. There's a crash, big time, hitting the background there. Can't tell who it is, but that's Bubba Wallace. And oh, goodness, that's the 51 in the wall hard. AJ Allmendinger, the 21. A lot of good hits there in the back, Gary. Early crash on lap 3.
Here's a look. You see 4 wide, and the 3 cars on the right side are going to merge into one another, and big impacts there. Allmendinger, Almirola, Bubba Wallace, Harrison Burton, all the drivers wrecking for last. The 51 of Yaley on the outside wall taking a big hit, and Austin Dillon involved as well after starting in the back. Going back green, Kyle Busch headed into the pits. Now, everybody pitted except for the 34 and the 4 of McDowell and Harvick. We've seen time and time again that outside getting such a good run on these restarts for these double file restart mod that we have here. And Jay, that's an awful start for the 34 of McDowell, who's now going to be under pressure from Chastain, who's going to force it 3 wide up the middle. No, he's actually going to stay put behind him.
And once again, more evidence of the outside lane being the preferred lane to be in for the restarts, Gary. And this time, Dowell holds serve at least through 1 and 2, but down the back straightaway, you can see the outside's really working together pretty well. There goes Bell by him. Chase Elliott looks like he's going to be able to get clear as well. Maybe even the 36 also clear of his teammate, but not just yet. There's still a 3 wide. Chastain on the inside really loses big momentum there. So obviously the outside lane's at a place you want to be, Gary, because Chastain was on the inside of McDowell going into that corner, and look at all the momentum he lost there. Now getting challenged by Ty Gibbs and Willie Byron as well. Smith to the inside of Bell for second place, Gary. Part-time driver.
Let's ignore the ratings.
Zane Smith going to the inside here, and apparently, yeah, his ratings are a lot better than they should be, apparently, because the man is moving his way forward now on the inside of Bell. Might be able to get himself clear. The inside is not the place to be. Ooh, some cars getting a little bit loose back there, and Kyle Busch obviously way off the pace. They got to work around him. Bunch of 3 wide going on at the same time. 3 and 4 wides these places, and Kyle Larson is going to get the major short end of that stick and lose a lot of spots here.
The 22 is going to door check the 31 out of his way. Say thank you very much. See you later. Up front, the battles are on everywhere. The battles are on right now. This is absolutely tremendous racing.
There's certainly a possibility for somebody to find that victory lane and knock Christopher Bell out of the playoffs.
And Zane Smith has some speed here today now, and it's totally not because I screwed up the rating, but he goes to second place. Bell really dropped out right there as they come through 3 and 4. But now look at the run they get on the exit of the corner sometimes here. That 20 car is absolutely flying on the exit of 4. Harvick's the only one in that battle that's beating him right now, but still, nonetheless, that's a battle that's going to go right down to the end of the regular season. I see smoke pouring out of the front of the 20. This could get a little bit ugly. Zane Smith contact as well. He nearly hooks him, and he's going to get to the pit lane. And Jay, that spells disaster for a playoff run.
I was just saying that Bell could have things go wrong, and there he goes. A couple of laps later. Is that a commentator's jinx, Gary? Does that really count? I don't really. I'm gonna say no.
All right. I respect it.
I'll be on my side for
I respect it.
But either way, Bell goes to the pit lane. Most likely a blown engine. Most likely a done day for him, Gary. That'll leave 3 races after this.
Slipstream from his teammate of Almirola is going to go to the inside. Oh, yeah, this could get a little bit interesting into turn 1. Let's pay attention to this one. Byron's going to look to the inside, and Jay, they're obviously.
Gonna get screwed,
he might get there.
Hold on.
Oh, he's certainly going to get there. Oh my
All
goodness.
right, and Harvick sort of has Chase Elliott up on the outside helping him, but this inside line, Gary, shouldn't play an advantage at all, and it doesn't. You can see him catch up big time, but still actually fights to the inside on the exit of the turn 4.
Harvick, I don't think is going to get it. Smith to the line. Who's it going to be? Oh, it's so close to tell. And the leaderboard is going to say a
tie, but it's Harvick.
0.00 seconds. And it's going to be given, though, to Kevin Harvick for the playoff point and the stage victory. To see again as winning the race out of the pit lane. I don't know if, no, it will be Kevin Harvick, it looks like here, unless someone surprises us, but that's not going to happen. But Zane Smith is going to be in the catbird seat for the start of stage 2. Pace cars off. We're going green for stage 2. Zane Smith is in perfect position on the outside to take the lead here. And Jay, we saw it's difficult to pass for the lead. It's not hard to pass, but passing for the lead, a bit of a different scenario. And sure enough, he's going to get clear on that outside. So Harvick's going to drift backwards. And of course, he's going to be looking for a way to the top. But this is a big deal here for Zane Smith. But fortunately, like we said, even if he somehow pulls out a win out of this, out of his hat, it's not going to affect this playoff grid, thankfully.
And Reddick really needed to get to the outside there if Harvick can force him to the inside 3 wide, but not able to
He
do
gets
so.
up,
Now
though.
Reddick goes up to the high line. Harvick able to stay in the middle line and most likely stay in the position where he is, because that 4 car I think is definitely fast enough. But Chastain trying on the inside once again. Ooh, and there you see him slipping up big time. Oh, and so did Bowman as well. Harvick goes to the inside right there. Everybody on this restart once again going wild, Gary. There's 3 wide back here, probably some 4 wide somewhere, because we've seen 4 wide in both restarts and starts of this race so far. But, I mean, everybody has been mostly calm aside from the first crash we've seen. But Ross Chastain on
Going
this
back.
restart and going way far backwards, and he's taking Truex with him.
4 wide there briefly, very brief. Elliott's to the inside of Smith trying to go for the lead, but I don't think it's going to be successful.
And now it's only 39 above cut line. So if he has a bad race here in, let's say, Michigan or next week at Indianapolis, he could be really, really in a bad position, Gary. So he's still going to have to fight for every single spot, for every single point possible, and not get too relaxed, because that 39 points can go away in an absolute hurry over these next 4 races.
Bowman's got help from that 12 of Blaney. Look at McDowell as well joining the party. But Jay, I mean, once again, like I said, these guys are, doing themselves no favors here with 7 laps to go in stage number 2.
Oh, Blaney again on the 48.
Nearly into
Almost
his door.
contact that time. And Harvick on the inside, by the way, just got past both of them.
And Kyle Busch is going to play a bit of a role, I think, in what's about to shape up here as they head down into 3. Harvick's right on the bottom white line. That's not going to help him. Elliott's even going down on the apron just about. Bowman's going to go around the outside and pass everything. And Kyle Busch is going to plant himself right in front of the 11. And, absolute wasp nest.
Wide.
Are they going to make it into turn 1? That's the real question, Jay, as look at this mess.
He's holding up 2 lanes with 1 car, and that's allowing everybody to go 4 wide, but luckily it's not 4 wide as they go into the corner.
Well, hold
They
on.
are going to have to make it 3 wide to get by him. Maybe 4 wide in a second. It is 4 wide. They're close.
Reddick does not
They
want to
make
get
it.
crashed. And, yeah, they're going to make it, as Jay says.
Last couple of laps, Chase Elliott's looked really good in 3 and 4, and this time Bowman slips up big time on the outside.
Wow.
That's going to allow Chase Elliott to make a pass on the inside easily. Ahead for second place is Chase Elliott, and that's going to allow the 9 car to really show the speed that he has, Gary. I think aside from Zane Smith, Chase Elliott might have one of the faster cars in the field. We've seen him try and make a pass multiple times, and just due to being on the inside line, he's failed. But this 9 car has definitely got some speed in it, and there goes Harvick by on the inside as well. So I think that we're seeing right now the 48 of Bowman was just able to use the outside lane to his advantage for a little bit, and then now that advantage has gone away, and he's losing a couple of positions. Might lose another here to Cindric, and will lose another to Cindric.
Maybe that 48 doesn't quite have the speed we thought he did. Elliott, I think Zane Smith is very thankful that the stage is ending right now, because that 9 car is hauling the mail. That is the green-white checkered in stage 2. Zane Smith for Front Row Racing, Front Row Motorsports, wins stage 2 over Chase Elliott. It's close. Zane Smith gets it, and as Jay mentions, Harvick, slow pit stop there, and that number 4, 48 loses a little bit of ground as well. That 5 and the 24 just got no speed in the pits. I mean, look at how slow Larson is. I mean, Jay, that's absolutely abysmal. He's going to be right at the back of the pack. We have a bit of restart shenanigans going on here. So Ryan Blaney somehow has gotten up into second place over Chase Elliott. And in the background, look at this. We have this pack of cars that is just getting up to speed. They got some good speed, so they might catch up to the pack, but I'm not quite sure what separated them at least. But Jay, Zane Smith, Chase Elliott on the inside, and the 17.
Big time.
What has he done? It's the Ryan Blaney moment. He is known for choking, and there it is.
And you can see 3 cars from the inside lane just were able to get past the entire outside lane, who got backed up through the entirety of turns 1 and 2, and Bowman on the inside might be able to get by as well and cancel that. Never mind. He immediately has to check up big time. But now Blaney's got some decent speed. He just really choked on the restart. The outside line is practically a gift to the lead, Gary, and somehow Blaney threw so bad, the first 3 cars on the inside were able to get clear of the outside lane.
So Zane Smith benefits from Ryan Blaney having a historically bad restart.
They're just right now, Gary looks absolutely untouchable. Right now, these guys are racing with the next gen cars, and Zane Smith is running with the 2014 Gen 6 apparently, because that man is moving and leaving the rest of the field behind as a rookie. It's been really close to those crashes like that, but we've only had that one crash in the very beginning of the race in stage number 1. And ever since then, we've seen some moments get sketchy like that right there.
But there goes McDowell to the top. Chastain's going to slip through.
Boy, and Chastain's going to hit him.
He put him in the wall. I think he gave him a lane, and I don't think he touched him. What do you think, Jay?
He didn't touch him. He didn't touch him. Or somehow a genius here, or a magician here today in Michigan, Gary, just not able to put himself back into the lead like he was in stage number 1.
Kyle Larson is, into the outside wall. Byron turned him. The caution's gonna fly. I would assume Reddick as well, all the way to the inside, avoiding that. Let's make sure the caution is out. Yes, it is. They still got to race it back to the line. That's not what Chase Elliott wanted to see, because he's all over the back of Zane Smith now. Pace car's off. It's gonna be 23 laps of racing. Jay, the outside last time did not launch as well as we thought. Blaney had the edge going into turn 1, and then he choked it, but I'm already seeing maybe a little bit different this time. Elliott with half a car length at the line. He's got help from the 2 of Cindric, but 2 teammates lined up on the bottom.
Still not as good of a restart as we've seen the
You're
outside
right.
line get, and you can see there goes Zane Smith right to the inside and by clear of Chase Elliott. He's going to be able to get
Is
up to
that it for the
once
outside?
again. And there goes McDowell to the inside, Harvick as well, maybe even Blaney. No, not even Harvick. But still, the outside line, Gary, the first couple of restarts, they were gone. Now the inside line is really getting good momentum and keeping themselves to the lead, and that's going to keep Zane Smith out front once again.
Oh!
Except for McDowell, almost got dumped by Harvick when he checked up right in front of him, almost brake checked him into a crash. They all save it, though, and in the background, contact 3 wide.
It is kicking off again here late in this race, just over 20 laps of racing. Cindric looks to the inside. It looks like 18 wide as they go down into turn 1. Ty Gibbs is absolutely hauling to the outside of the 34. There's no way this can work, right? As they exit turn 2, they make it work. Suarez is there. Look at this, Jay. It's absolutely incredible racing.
Yeah, they are in a massive pack right now. You can tell that they know that this is a late race restart, Gary. We're coming around this time to just 21 laps to go, and everybody is racing as hard as they can. 3 cars in the apron right there getting sideways from touching the apron. McDowell up on the high side getting passed by Chastain. Ty Gibbs in the wall. It wasn't, but now it is.
It kind of works. Harvick's run down the 9, who just doesn't seem to have the speed right now. We know that 9 really excels on the long run. He's going to need another, I would say, 5 laps or so before we're going to see anything kick in on...
Possibly a fight on Chase Elliott's hands soon. And if you're Zane Smith, Daniel Suarez has got big damage on the right side of that car. Really slow as well. And is the caution out? The caution is out.
Watch the 12 of Blaney send it into turn 3 on the inside of the 99 and just straight up dump him. Not even a contest. Took him out. Was there contact there, Jay?
No, there was no contact at all. He left him a lane.
There you have it. After pit stops, Harvick, Smith, 1, 2, Gibbs, Elliott, Keselowski, Buescher, the top 6. Jay, we've seen the inside prevail on the last 2 restarts, but now with Smith on the outside, do we see that change potentially down towards turn 1? A great launch. He's going to get clear already.
Yeah, I thought this might have been the same thing that we'd seen last restart, where the inside line was able to come back as they went up through the gears, but that didn't happen at all. And this time, Zane Smith is just absolutely gone. I think what we're seeing, Gary, is just it doesn't matter what lane he's in. The 36 is an absolute rocket ship, and the man will not be beaten here today in Michigan.
Well, Elliott's through to second, Buescher into third, Harvick down to battling for 4th. Here comes Ty Gibbs into the mix as well. Don't rule out that 54 as they come through 3 and 4. 17 nearly into the left rear of the 9. They're 3 wide in the background, looking like they can keep it all clean. However, down this front straightaway we go. 17's a little bit down on pace there on the exit of 4 as we continue to watch these cars fan out all across the circuit. But obviously, Jay, the only way Chase Elliott, I think, had a chance to win was if it went long, and that's not going to happen anymore as they're 4 wide in the background. As that 9 car found a bit more pace on this final run here. Keselowski to the inside. He got a run and a half, and he's going to clear him as well.
Gone.
What a move there, and he might join this battle up here. Elliott's actually, this is the closest he's been probably all day to the 36.
This entire pack back here is 2 and 3 wide, and you can see it's really causing them to lose separation from everybody else in front of them. The top 7 have broken away from everybody else who are 2 and 3 wide back here. Larson involved in this picture as well. Larson almost up inside the top 10, Gary. This fight.
Oh my God.
Well, I said that, and then I jinxed him immediately. He lost a lot of momentum right there, lost a few spots, might lose more down this front straightaway as well.
Just about. White flag in the air, Jay, defying all odds. Zane Smith in the 36 car.
the rookie part-timer, been dominating this entire Michigan race so far. Really showed up with incredible speed. Has been the class of the field so far. No, doesn't matter if you put him on the inside lane, the outside lane for the restarts. That man pulls away for the lead, Gary. And here he is, half a lap away now from his first career Cup Series win.
Well, Zane Smith is thanking me very much for absolutely screwing up his rating today. He comes through 3, 4, Keselowski to 3rd. Elliott's going to have to settle for 2nd because Zane Smith is going to be a NASCAR Cup Series winner. This does not alter the playoff situation whatsoever, thank goodness, as the rest of the cars come through to cross the line, and that takes away a new full-time winner, of course, this season, as we still have drag racing here between the 43 and the 99 as they exit turn 4 for, well, of course, well outside of the mix here in these finishing positions. What a day